Imagine a barren, unforgiving wasteland. No wood, no helpful structures, and the only food source being a few rabbits. And I can't leave until I craft a full set of diamond armor. Every instinct tells me this is impossible. Sure, the rabbits will keep you from starving immediately, but with no tools, no crafting table, and no help on the way, it seems like there's just no way out. Maybe this is a fool's errand, but I have to try anyway. I've faced impossible challenges before. This time, it's just me, the sand, and the will to survive. The first thing I did was hunt rabbits. There was no other option. They were my only food source, and I wouldn't last long without them in hardcore mode. They're hard to catch and only give me 1.5 hunger bars each, but they're the only thing keeping me alive right now. At night, I was completely exposed. With no way to defend myself, I burrowed into the side of a hill and patiently waited for the sun to rise again. On day 2, I did the same thing, hunt during the day, hide at night. But by day 3, I had enough food to start a different routine. I would hunt in the morning and mine sand in the evening. Because while sand is useless as a building material, sandstone isn't. You don't need a crafting table to make it, and I had plans that required a lot of blocks. For now though, it was a mind-numbing routine. Hunt, mine, and hide from the monsters. The process was so boring that I often just skipped my recording sessions entirely. Schoolwork was taking its toll just like the desert, and I was feeling more burnt out than ever. Night after night, I would sit in front of my homework, hopelessly behind on everything, and it felt like I was going nowhere both in-game and in real life. But then, on day 10, the Wasteland finally showed some signs of life.
Oh my god.
Normally, wandering traders are completely useless. But if I'm clever about it, he might be my ticket out of this place. I can't use him right now though, so I put him in a hole, wrote down the coordinates, and ran far away so he didn't despawn. This gave me some hope to continue on, and by day 12, I had finally filled my inventory with sand. Not to mention, I had stuck to my schedule for the first day in recent memory, so my morale was at an all-time high. I now had enough sand to put the next phase of my plan into action. Converting it all to sandstone, I staircased up high and got to work. It's pretty obvious that hunting rabbits isn't getting me closer to my goal of diamond armor. I'm going to need a few specific items, and killing zombies is the only way to get them. And by leveraging a few key game mechanics, I can build a surprisingly efficient zombie farm to get the items I need. But it turns out an entire inventory of sand is only enough to make the staircase up there, so on day 14 I headed down to collect more blocks. But when I was just getting started, the desert sent another surprise my way.
Oh my god, another one?
If you've ever watched a wandering trader at night, you'll know that he conceals himself from monsters with an invisibility potion. Then, as the sun rises, he drinks a bucket of milk to make himself visible again. And if you kill him at the right time, he has a chance to drop the milk. I knew that with a little luck and timing, I could get one of the 2 items I needed to escape from this wasteland. I installed a mod to show mob health bars and punched him until he was at half a heart. From there, it was only a matter of time, the anticipation growing every second. The trader drank his potion, and so began the long wait until the morning.
Oh my god. got the bucket. I got the bucket. I got the bucket. Oh my god, I got the bucket.
That small victory had given me hope, but harsh reality soon set in. I needed more sandstone to complete the zombie farm, and it would have to be a lot. So for the next 11 Minecraft days, I did nothing but mine sand. To make matters worse, I was struggling in real life again too. I relapsed on my bad habits, sleeping in way too late, putting off work, and spending too much time on social media. Life seemed like the desert once again, and with each sand block I broke, my motivation got a tiny bit lower. To make matters worse, I had midterms coming up. Something that I've historically struggled on was coming when I was the least prepared and least motivated to succeed. So with only a few days left, I grit my teeth and got to work. I had crushed the midterm the previous day, and the next morning I was up early and ready to tackle the desert head on once again. The mob farm was complete and ready to be tested. The way it works is that zombies can sense players from farther away than other mobs. All I had to do was build a spawning platform that was the right distance away and the zombies would come to me. After making it dark enough for mobs to spawn, I sat and waited. And the result was disappointment. Minecraft mechanics time. When you're in a desert, 80% of zombies are replaced by husks when they spawn. However, husks can only spawn when they have sky above them. And when there's no sky above, the game doesn't spawn any new zombies at all. So inside my roofed farm, zombies were spawning but not husks, and my rates were terrible. However, this was only a minor setback. After mining a little bit more sand, I went and put a roof on top of the killing area, since I will need to be safe from phantoms when I use the farm at night. Then I used my bucket to flood the lower floor of the farm. I won't be needing it anymore. That night I tried again, and the farm worked perfectly. Well, until a skeleton became self-aware and I had to hide.
Oh no. Okay. So it has not gone 100% according to plan.
Now that the farm worked exactly how I wanted it to, I was constantly killing zombies all night. This was pretty nice since rotten flesh is a much better food source than raw rabbit. At one point, I got an iron sword which I used to kill the zombies even faster, but it broke, so I was back to using my fists. And finally, on day 41 of my hardcore Minecraft world, this was item number 2 needed to escape the Wasteland. After that, making a portal and entering the Nether was easy. I was expecting a long journey, but I spawned right next to a crimson forest, so I collected a few logs and went back home. The first thing most players do when loading up a new world is punch a tree. Usually, that tree is a few blocks away, or depending on the spawn, a short walk. In Minecraft, wood is the foundation for everything a player does. It's literally impossible to progress without it. I had spent 47 days in the Wasteland. 47 whole Minecraft days without wood. 47 days of brutal persistence until finally...
Alright, everybody. It's time for the moment of truth. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's get started.
And I had never been so happy to see the first block we all place in every new world. The humble crafting table. Obviously, my work was not yet done. After grabbing some coal, I started my first mine and quickly made it down to diamond level. And this was probably the easiest mining session I've ever had.
Oh my gosh, I found more.
Oh my gosh, diamonds again.
Oh, come on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Within about an hour, I had enough diamonds for a full set of armor, a sword, and a pickaxe. I had done it, and it was over. As I emerged from the mine, wearing armor made of my own persistence, I decided to go for a little walk.